Discover a piece of Americana at Cohn's Corner, a renowned 1920s rural gas station turned firearm haven in the upper Midwest. Since 2004, their updated store has preserved nostalgia with gas pumps and snacks for travelers alongside a selection of 2,500 firearms. Purchase in-store or through Charlie for global delivery. They buy single guns, entire collections, and offer trades. Whether you're a collector or looking to sell, they've got you covered. Cohn's Corner, proud sponsor of Castlewood Youth Athletics and Events.
At Heartland State Bank, our customers are at the center of everything we do. Heartland State Bank is a family-owned community bank and here for you. We have an experienced lending staff for fast, local decisions. Heartland State Bank offers competitive rates and is proud to provide uptown services with a hometown touch. With 4 locations in Redfield, Tulare, Wessington, and Highmore, we aspire to support the communities we live and work in. Heartland State Bank, member FDIC.
It may seem like the smallest town in South Dakota, so how could it have everything you need when you may find yourself in the middle of nowhere? But at Canova Service Center, whatever you may need in the middle of nowhere, that's where they are. Fencing, lumberyard, hardware, oil changes, tire sales, and repair. Rental equipment, feed bunks, cattle shelters, convenience store, and more. So no, you're not in the middle of nowhere. It's the Canova Service Center.
We're your local one-stop shop. This is Angela, owner and operator of Amcoda Farm and Home Center. From the DIYers, fixer-uppers, to contractors, we have what you need to get the job done. Building supplies, Valspar paint, and tools, Crystal-X tubs, fencing supplies, and bog boots for your farm needs. We know how busy life can get. We offer delivery to make your life easier. Amcoda Farm and Home Center on Dakota Avenue in Wessington Springs. Big city value.
If you love being outside, solving problems, and working with your hands, apply now at James Valley Landscape Solutions. James Valley offers on-the-job training in all aspects of the green industry, with modern equipment and technology and competitive pay. Benefits include overtime pay, healthcare, dental, vision, and more. Apply now at jamesvalleylandscape.com or in person at 600 West Spruce in Mitchell.
Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator is a proud supporter of the Mount Vernon Mustangs at the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator has been servicing the Mount Vernon area for over 75 years. See them for your agronomy and feed needs no matter the farming season. They will take care of all your grain handling needs as well. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator would like to wish the Mustangs and all the teams best of luck at the state tournament.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Each family's needs are different and special. Will Funeral Chapel will listen with sensitivity, answer all questions, and respect your choices. The Will Funeral Chapel staff can assist you in planning and coordinating all the details. They will explain all the different options to make you feel at ease and most comfortable with all the decisions. Find out more by visiting their website at willfuneralchapel.com. Their sincerest hope is that you and your family will be comforted by their efforts.
Are you in need of high-quality lumber for your next project? Looking for top-notch agronomy services to keep your crops thriving? Need a reliable source of propane and fuel for your home or business? Look no further than Tabor Lumber Co-op. Whether you're a seasoned contractor or a DIY enthusiast, Tabor Lumber Co-op has everything you need to get the job done right. And with their competitive prices and top-notch customer service, you'll be glad you chose Tabor Lumber Co-op for all your lumber, propane, and agronomy services.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods, such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The right nutrition, animal health, and record management is key to having a profitable cattle program. That's why you want to work with the people at Farmco, who will take the time to learn your operation and help you grow your business. We are your full-service agriculture provider of feed, seed, animal health, farm, and ranching equipment built on terrific service. Get to know Farmco locally owned and serving you in Chamberlain, Platte, Winter, and east of Kimball at the Paragon. Visit us online at farmcosd.com. Farmco, feeding your future.
Agronomy Plus in Mitchell, Rock Creek and Howard, and Valley Station in Armour are your 100% locally owned team of agronomy experts. We offer Agronomy 365, which provides info in real time to make decisions that result in better, more profitable farming. We know you and your operation with service beyond compare. Get a jump on spring planning with Agronomy Plus in Mitchell, Rock Creek and Howard, and Valley Station in Armour. We are ag done right, the American way.
You're committed to building relationships, to exceeding expectations, to serving your community. Choose a financial partner that shares your vision and your values. For 130 years, we've stood by South Dakotans. We've been there, we'll be there. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West, member FDIC.
C&B is proud to support our local farmers. Rooted in agriculture, we are committed to our customers. You can shop local with C&B, your John Deere dealer, providing you with new and used equipment, parts on hand, and service all year round. Our entire inventory is available to you online at DeereEquipment.com. C&B, proud to be your local John Deere dealer.
Live Ticket TV continues to grow and bring you more sports coverage than ever before. And now, Live Ticket TV is happy to announce their partnership into college athletics with Dakota Wesleyan University. That's right, Tiger Nation. Live Ticket TV and DWU have teamed up to bring you coverage of all home sporting activities for the Tigers. If you'd like to advertise during these sporting events, give Live Ticket TV a call. Dakota Wesleyan University Sports, now on Live Ticket TV.
B&S Services LLC is your locally owned repair service center. We specialize in full-service automotive, semi-trailer, and small engine repair, along with tire services. Repair services range from a simple oil change to sharpening mower blades to a more complicated electrical diagnosis. Located at 38058 South Dakota Highway 34, look for us on the hill heading west out of town. Phone Cody Barber 605-350-4293 and Arian Schooler 605-770-9398. B&S Services LLC is a proud sponsor of Wessington Springs Spartans Athletic.
Dimock Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimock Cheese offers gift boxes and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, DimockDairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimock Cheese.
You are a dynamite contractor. Your younger brother Gary is a slightly less dynamite contractor. But together, you make Mom proud. Look at you two. And look at your crew. Brenda, the calculator Cutler, Bill, the drill Robinson, and then there's the new guy. New guy struggles with stairs, and that'll cost you. Lucky for you, you have IMT Business Insurance. Learn more at imtins.com. Be worry-free with IMT.
Advanced Sunflower is your locally owned and operated sunflower processing company that buys all types of sunflowers for the edible and bird food industries. They market sunflowers domestically and internationally, so they have a wide range of options to get you the best price for your sunflowers. Most advanced sunflower contracts have an Act of God clause, so you don't have to worry if Mother Nature takes a toll on your crop. Give Jared or Danny a call to get you the most profit out of your sunflowers.
A credit card that fits your lifestyle and saves you money. Why would you settle for anything less? A Dakota Land Federal Credit Union Visa will earn travel rewards, 1% cash back, and 9.90% annual percentage rate, the right rate. And all the right features puts you right where you want to be. Stop by any convenient branch location or check us out online at DakotaLandFCU.com. Dakota Land, federally insured by NCUA.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Burke Livestock Auction is a family-owned livestock marketing center in Burke, South Dakota. We are located in south central part of the state. Cattle sales are held weekly on Saturdays, with approximately 65,000 of south central South Dakota and north central Nebraska's finest feeder and breeding cattle marketed annually. Mark your calendar for our September 21st fall calf and yearling sale. Sale starts at 9:30 with lunch to start at 11. Burke Livestock is a proud supporter of state amateur baseball.
When it comes to sports bars, the Sports Center in Larchwood, Iowa has put themselves above the rest. They open bright and early, 7 a.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. on weekends, so you can start your day off right with them. And speaking of starting your day off right, they have daily food specials that will have your taste buds jumping for joy. The best flatbread pizza in the area, top-notch burgers, and don't worry, they have the best salads as well. The Sports Center in Larchwood. If you haven't tried it yet, put it down as your next destination.
Say there was a place, the perfect place for the everyday things you need to take care of around the house. The squeaky hinges and burned out bulbs. The toilets that run and faucets that don't. That perfect place wouldn't be a warehouse. It'd be just the right size. It would be an Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
What started out to be a small community celebration has grown into an attraction that draws literally thousands of people each year. Mark your calendars for June 19th, 20th, and 21st, 2025 for the 75th Annual Tabor Check Days in Tabor, South Dakota. Check food, check music, and check hospitality await you in Tabor. Check Days is sponsored by the Tabor Chamber of Commerce and proudly supports the Tabor Bluebirds and Bonhomme High School athletics.
It's the 92nd Annual South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament here in Mitchell, South Dakota. And it's semifinal Saturday after the gauntlet has closed up and we have our final few teams contending for a state championship. Should be a fun Saturday here. 2 huge games at Cadwell Park. And I don't think we could ask for anything better, Justin.
No, I don't think so either. It's going to be 2 good matchups. We'll see how they play out. 32 teams turns into 4 tomorrow. The final 2 will be the only left standing here at Cadwell, and day 11. What a time.
11 days of baseball. It can't get much better than this. Again, I'm Charlie Preen, joined by Justin Hausman, Haley Gukeisen on production, and Caleb Titze on the cameras. Cole Larsch will be supplying your graphics for you throughout this ball game. Again, the Platte Killer Tomatoes and the Dimock-Emery Raptors, a Sunshine League semifinal here. And, we have a pretty good set for today. Obviously, Dimock-Emery comes in as district, or the last rep in district, or in the Sunshine League. So they're not supposed to be here. But I'll tell you what, they're playing some really good ball, as they do in this tournament, Justin. They've always come out here and somehow said, hey, you know what, we're just going to throw our dudes, and they hit the ball around because they're confident in their bats.
Yeah, I got to see them play Castlewood on Sunday night. They played a good ball game. Came back late inning heroics. They're a good ball team. They deserve to be here. And just got to find a way to play another day, live another day. Again, in a tournament that this style, every day could be your last, so you got to bring your best 9 innings every time you show up to the ballpark. And I think they're set up to do that today.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's learn about our away team on the scoreboard, the Platte Killer Tomatoes. And let's talk about where Platte came from to get to semifinal Saturday. So to get here, they had defeated Del Rapids, the Mudcats, who were heavy favorites to win this and surprised a lot of people right away, and then got by Alexandria and the Angels in the second round, a game that was also pretty surprising to people. They beat them 3-2, and then they beat the Wood Ducks of Hartford-Humboldt 8-7 to make it to the semifinals, a one-run victory in all 3 of their games. We'll see if it's a close one this time. They've played some really, really tough ball games, and they got by the Wood Ducks in walk-off fashion in their game on Thursday night against the Wood Ducks. Platte Killer Tomatoes, their record is 13-7. Their manager is Todd Strand, and they are ready to roll here at Cadwell Park. Let's learn about the home team on the scoreboard, the Dimock-Emery Raptors. As you see Phil Johnson sliding into home plate on your right side of your graphic here, but let's talk about where they came from. They defeated Lake Norden 7-2 in their opening round matchup, then defeated Castlewood 8-7. And then got Larchwood 10-7 most recently, that game being Thursday in the 5:30 slot, the early game. So they've had a lot of time. If you look at when Dimock-Emery started the tournament, they played Thursday and then got, 4 days off and then played on Sunday again. And then they played on Thursday, and now they play on Saturday. So if you look at a team that's had the most rest throughout the tournament, it's the Raptors. And they come into semifinal Saturday ready to roll. With a 19-12 record, manager is Brad Barcher. Now let's get into the starting lineups. Courtesy of Shields, brought to you by Shields. They're a huge sponsor of the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Starting with Platte and the Killer Tomatoes. Batting first, my cousin Seth Muth. I'll give him a hard time because I can. He's playing center field. Started off in left field this tournament, but moved to center now. Sheldon Gant will be playing third base. He wears number 9. Number 50, Mason Townsend, plays first base. Catching for the Killer Tomatoes is number 24, Hunter Hewitt. Playing right field is number 11, Grant Doom. Playing second base is number 1, Hayden Kuiper. Playing right field is number 8, Jeff Harris. Playing short is number 7, Richard Sternberg. And pitching and designated hitting is number 75, Michael Beitenboss for the KTs. And they are ready to roll here. Again, a semifinal Saturday and a Sunshine League matchup here in our first semifinal. Let's look at the home team on the scoreboard, the Dimock-Emery Raptors. And leading off for the Raptors is the shortstop, number 1, Drew Kitchens. Following him is the center fielder, number 17, Peyton Nash. After him, the third baseman, number 9, Jason Schmidt. And after him is Phil Johnson, the first baseman, wears 19, Sam Pischke. Will bat after him. The second baseman wears number 3, Colton Plagman. The catcher wears number 20 after him. Josh Anquist, the right fielder, wears 13. Gene Kitchens, the designated hitter today, wears 22. And Chase Aaron will be playing left field wearing 15. Landon Waddell will be on the mound for the Raptors. We're going to step aside for the national anthem here at Cadwell Park. And when we come back, we will have first pitches right here at Cadwell Park.
Sun Gold Sports is proud to call Mitchell. And Huron Home. With over 50 years of experience, we are here for all of your printing needs. Whether it's for your business, school, or personal, we are your one-stop custom shop. Screen printing, embroidery, vinyl, banners, trophies, awards, and so much more. Give Steph a call at 605-770-6829. Sun Gold Sports of Huron and Mitchell. We print t-shirts.
Say there was a place, the perfect place for the everyday things you need to take care of around the house. The squeaky hinges and burned out bulbs. The toilets that run and faucets that don't. That perfect place wouldn't be a warehouse. It'd be just the right size. It would be an Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
And welcome back to Cadwell Park. We are awaiting first pitch here on Semifinal Saturday. Again, I'm Charlie Preen, joined by Justin Hausman, Haley Gukeisen on production, and Caleb Titze on our camera crew today. Big shout out to Cole Larsch for putting our graphics together too that look real fancy. You get a good shot here of the Killer Tomato flag just before every first pitch. You can see on the bottom of your screen getting waved, and the KTs trying to punch their ticket to the state championship game. That's going to happen, they say, at 2 o'clock tomorrow, closer to 3 though. It's how it goes, closer to 3:30. I've never, ever seen it go at 2, so it's going to be later in the day, but expect to see these two teams battle this thing out, Justin. Should be a fantastic game.
Should be, and leading off, or due up here in the top of the first for Platte is Muth, Gant, and Townsend. Setting up, let's see here. Can't find him. Oh, that's because he's a pickup player. Seth Muth is a pickup player from the Parkston Rays. He is a .311 hitter on the season. And even though he's a pickup player, he's in the lead-off spot. Going to be an integral role for this Platte team. Looking for a championship berth.
Let's talk about Landon Waddell as he is on the mound for the Raptors. He comes in pitching 13 games this season. He has a 4-3 pitching record. He has pitched 48 innings total. I don't know these stats obviously before the state tournaments, so there's been a few more there, but he has 85 Ks and 44 walks on the season. Seth Moose will lead things off here for the KTs, and he is wearing his Devil Ray jersey. And let's see what cousin Seth can do out there.
Yeah?
He's had a pretty good tournament. Obviously, if you're the pickup player leading off, you've had a really darn good tournament.
Yep. There's a reason why you're at that spot, and it's because the team that chose you believes in you to produce.
First pitch from Waddell is going to be called for a strike, and Muth watches that one go by. For Seth, he batted a .311 average for the Devil Rays from Parkston, and obviously the pickup player, one of the only pickup players. I guess it's tough to pick up players when almost your whole district makes it to the state tournament, but Seth still a very quality player. Just unfortunate his team didn't make it. That one going to be dribbled over, going to be Jason Schmidt's going to gun it over to Phil Johnson. I thought maybe Drew Kitchen's going to come up and charge for it, but a great play nonetheless. Jason Schmidt guns it across for out number 1, and now brings up Sheldon Gant. And Sheldon wearing number 9 today in the beautiful red jerseys. I like these reds. They're a red jersey with white numbers, a little bit of a darker red trim around the numbers, and white pants with a really small red stripe down the side. A nice look for the KTs, per usual.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of these Dimock-Emery pinstripes.
Yeah, it's iconic.
Yeah, I can't remember. They weren't wearing their pinstripes on Sunday
blacks,
night.
Didn't they?
Yep, that's right. But these ones are pretty clean.
Waddell with high heat makes the count 1-2 now. And, Waddell has to be confident out there on the mound. I talked to him a little bit last night, and he said, you know what, I got a great defense behind me. and it's going to help him throw a little bit more hittable pitches. So,
yeah, if you're confident in who's in the 7 guys standing behind you, you don't feel like you have to strike everybody out. You can pitch into weak contact and be pretty successful with it.
And a 2-2 count now to Sheldon Gant. Waddell going to battle here with no men on here in the top of the first inning. This pitch going to be high, eye level, and called for ball 3-2. Pretty good crowd on hand today. You can get a good shot of it here, and maybe in this next half inning when we come back, we'll get a better shot of it. That one going to be high over the head of Plagman behind the plate catching. He's doing the catching duties tonight for the Raptors, and Sheldon Gant walks to first base for the first base runner of the game. And Mason Townsend steps up here for the KTs.
Townsend is a .571 hitter on the season. That's a good number.
Yeah, he gets it done, and he doesn't even lead this. I think he does. He definitely leads the statistical category for the KTs. He's in the 3 slot today. Hunter Hewitt will follow him if we get to that point. That one going to be called for a ball 1-1-0 here. Waddell pauses, kicks, and fires. That one going to be outside. Plegman tried to frame that back in a little bit. Here's a good shot of Townsend. Steps back into the box. And those pearly white gloves. The 2-0. Swung on and going to be in the gap between Nash and Enquist out in right center. And Gant's going to try to get around second base, and he'll stand up at third as Nash double clutched out in center field on the throw in. And now runners on the corners for the Killer Tomatoes with one down.
I think Gant was going to make it to third.
Nonetheless.
No matter what. Made it even easier with the bobble out there in the right center gap.
Hewitt bats at .286 clip, and he steps up with a man in scoring position in Sheldon Gant, and he watches that one high, and Waddell kind of struggling to find his spot, but when he does find his spot, the KTs are getting around on it.
Yeah, and the only way to get this far is to have some good solid hitters, and so far the top of the lineup has showed that they're here to swing it.
Yes, the Killer Tomatoes scored a substantial amount of runs to get here today. They scored 8 in their last game, 3 in their second round. We're going to have a conversation between the manager of the Raptors, Brad Barcher, Landon Waddell, and Plagman. So we'll stay right here and we'll talk about a little bit more about Platte and their hitting. And in their first game, they just got by the Mudcats 1-0. And I think the big question in that game was, can they hit the ball on the pitching of the Mudcats? And they found one run, and that's all they needed.
Yeah, in a good pitcher's duel, sometimes one mistake can help you win a ball game. One mistake from your opposing pitcher, leave a fastball too much over the plate, put it over the wall, and all of a sudden you've won a 1-0 ball game. Don't know how they pushed that run across, but
that one going to be swung on, and it's going to get past Drew Kitchens at short, and Sheldon Gant will tally the first run for the Killer Tomatoes here in the top of the first inning. So the KTs strike first, and they're hitting the ball around. Landon Waddell, he's finding his spot, but again, the KTs are no stranger to hitting the ball around in this tournament and this season as well. And now Grant Doom will step in to the box, and Landon Waddell is struggling to find his spot. He's had a pretty good tournament so far.
Yeah, just one walk and a couple of hits, and he's given up one run here in the top of the first, but nothing to worry about.
His velocity is up there with some of the best for the Raptors, but it's just a matter of can he find his spot and get swings and misses. His movement, I wouldn't say is his best trait, but he's got some too. That one going to be high again. He's thrown a lot of high fastballs today that have just missed blatantly high.
Yep, just got to figure out that release point. And he's getting rid of, he's getting rid of that fastball a little too early in the hand. He's got to work out in front, and just quite hasn't found it yet.
Plegman again had to go up for that one.
Yep.
Colton Plegman doing a pretty good job behind the plate so far in the top of the first.
Maybe it's got to find a different spot to plant that front leg.
Don't know if we mentioned it, but Jimmy DeWard is the courtesy runner at first. Jimmy actually just sold my dad a pickup.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. Well, Landon Waddell has a 2-2 now, and could be in a good spot to get Grant Doom to go down early. He kicks, fires, and again high. His delivery is noticeably high today.
Yeah.
Got to bring that down.
Yep, it's got to settle in. Can't do anything different, even though it's a semifinal matchup at a state tournament. You got to keep everything the same as you would in a regular season game.
Grant Doom fouls off the full count pitch, so we'll do it again here with one man in scoring position. That's Mason Townsend out there on second base. Again, Jimmy DeWard over on first courtesy running. We'll do the full count again. Grant Doom in the box with one down. Waddell's pitch going to be swung on and in foul territory. Jason Schmidt traveling towards it, and he makes the play in foul territory. I'd say 3-4 feet away from the fence in the dugout of the Raptors for out number 2. And that's a great way for the Raptors to kind of get out of that one.
Yeah, get yourself a free out on a nice pitch and full count. It's a good spot for out number 2, and Sinning is just one good pitch away from being over.
At the same time, the KTs are striking early and swinging the bat with a combination of Waddell walking one and eventually getting a few men more on base. That one going to be swung right to Drew Kitchens, and he will make the play himself, so it will be 6 unassisted as Jimmy DeWard can't get over there fast enough, and that'll be how the top of the first inning ends. Your score after the top of the first: the Platte Killer Tomatoes 1, the Dimock-Emery Raptors nothing. We'll be back right after this on Live Ticket TV.
Prairie Valley Farm Charlotte is located in Platte. Since 1980, David has worked with his father, family, and hired men to provide bulls with the best health, management, selection, and genetics to produce a quality product to meet the customer's needs. Mark your calendar for their annual bull sale on the second Saturday of April. Check out their website at pvfcharlotte.com or give David Mason a call for more information. Prairie Valley Farm Charlotte is a proud supporter of all Black Panther school activities. Remember, U.S. beef, it's what's for dinner. Located in the heart of Mitchell, Blarney's is your one stop for mouth-watering food, refreshing drinks, and your latest sports action. Fans, it's state amateur baseball time, and Blarney's is your pre- and post-game destination. Whether you're finishing up the early game and need a spot to eat for lunch or celebrating a late-night victory, stop in at Blarney's and keep the party going with cold, refreshing drinks. Blarney's Sports Bar and Grill, a proud supporter of the state amateur baseball tournament.
From your innovative attachment solutions provider for over 40 years, MDS Manufacturing. One of a kind, revolutionary, game-changing. MDS doesn't make the loader, MDS makes the loader better.
As the weather warms up, so does our time outside. If you've been putting off your next home project, then Elite Renovations in Platte and Mitchell is ready to help. If you're looking to upgrade or update your roof, siding, Windows, doors, and decking, they've got you covered. Interior trim, flooring, cabinets, tile, or drywall, they got the crews. Book a free consultation to discuss your options. Visit their website at elitereno-sd.com to get started with your summer project.
It's the bottom of the first inning here at Cadwell Park. Semifinal Saturday. The winner of this one moves on to the 2024 South Dakota Class B State Amateur Baseball Championship game. That takes place tomorrow. It's scheduled for 2 to be closer to 3, but this half inning brought to you by Caton International. They offer top-notch parts and service to keep your equipment running smoothly all season long. Their team of experts is here to help with any maintenance or repairs you may need. That's Caton International, a big sponsor of the Crofton Blue Jays and the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Justin, who do we got?
Kitchens, Nash, and Schmidt due up. Leading off is Drew Kitchens, the shortstop. He is a .278 hitter on the season.
Yeah, Kitchens can get it done up there. There's a reason he's the leadoff man for the Raptors. And he has no homers according to our stat sheets that we gathered, but he can always get it done on the base pass.
He finds himself in a 1-1 count here early to the Killer Tomato pitcher and Michael Beitenboss.
And a swung on. It's over to Richard Sternberg, and Sternberg throws it across the diamond. And Mason Townsend makes the grab. So one down. And now we'll see Peyton Nash step up, and Nash, the Mitchell product, playing for the Raptors as well as Kitchens. You'll see a lot of Mitchell guys on this roster, but they really embody the Dimock-Emery Raptors mantra, if you will. They do a great job of carrying on the tradition of the Raptors. And a 1-0 count here to start off the at-bat for Peyton Nash. And that one going to be outside for ball number 2. And Beitenboss usually has a lot of control in finding his spot, but so far he's missed quite a few.
Hewitt, his battery mate, has been trying to frame that outside corner.
And he does a good job of that.
Steal a couple strikes, but the home plate umpire and Chris Mercado not fooled by it in the first 2 pitches, but that one in for a strike.
That one going to be hit right to Hayden Kuiper, and he makes the throw over in time for out number 2.
Nash made that one closer than it looked like it was going to be.
He's got wheels.
Yep, he was flying down the line, just not in time.
Jason Schmidt steps up. The lefty will see if he can get a hit on Beitenboss. And Jason Schmidt, 21 hits, 16 RBIs, or excuse me, 18 hits and 14 RBIs on his year and a .375 batting average. That one going to be in for a strike, and I think Schmidt wished he would have swung at that one.
Yeah, sometimes the first pitch of the at-bat is the best one you're going to see, so if it's in the zone and it's straight, take a rip at it.
Yeah, Schmidt's played a lot of ball in his day, played college ball. That one's going to get past Seth Muth, and Seth is going backwards. Jason Schmidt going to be easily standing up on second, and they will, he's going to keep going. And he's going to be safe, but Brad Barcher told him not to go. He was like, no, stop. But Schmidt slides into third base, and let's see this replay. He kind of took a pause, watch him kind of stand up in his running. He looked over, and he just kept going. And he slides in there, and Sheldon Gant can't get the tag down in time. He actually bobbled it. I didn't see that. Great job on our replay work here by our production woman, Haley Gukeisen. And Phil Johnson steps up with a runner in scoring position and 2 down. And Phil, he's always been clutch in his history. As I mentioned, Jason Schmidt played college ball, so he knows how to attack good pitchers such as Michael Beitenboss, and he does it there. So now he's standing up on third base.
You think Phil's going to trade places with him?
Quite possibly. I don't know if Phil can get over there. It's got to be.
He might need an error.
Maybe a couple years ago.
That is no attack on Phil Johnson, who is a good baseball player.
He's got a stick. I have a lot of respect for Phil, and he's a He's a phenomenal player and still one of the premier players in our state. And I'm not sure if he will see the mound tonight, but if he does, it's always a fun time to watch Phil pitch because he has command, respect, and all of that in between. Jeff Harris is going to make the grab. Snow cones it out there in right field, and that will be how your first inning ends. Jason Schmidt with the triple, but none comes from it. And after 1 inning complete, your score 1-0. The Killer Tomatoes lead the Dimock-Emery Raptors. You're watching and listening live on Live Ticket TV.
The One Stop in Redfield is a friendly, family-owned business. We carry hot stuff, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Before you take a trip, or if you're just out and about, stop by and fuel up with Sinclair gasoline from E30 to E85. Use your Dino app for extra savings and your Pump and Save card for free stuff. Don't forget to visit the automatic car wash for that spotless shine. One Stop in Redfield is a proud supporter of all school sports and activities.
Triatel is a telecommunications company that serves over 10 small communities.
And just because you live in a small community doesn't mean that you can't get good service.
For me, it's really important to be able to work remotely here in the country.
If you live in the Triatel service area and you're looking for a good, reliable, high-speed internet connection, we've served our members for 65 years and we're going to be serving you long into the future.
It's the top of the second inning here at Cadwell Park, and this half inning brought to you by Castlewood Elevator. Explore ways on how they can help you sell your crop and check your bids. With services in grain and agronomy, Castlewood Elevator is a proud supporter of the community in the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Justin, who do we have due up here in the top of the second?
7, 8, and 9. Harris, Sternberg, and Bite Boss will be the three scheduled in the top of the second. Jeff Harris will step in. No, excuse me.
Yes.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, he's the pickup player from the Mudcats.
Yep. Jeff Harris steps in as a .343 hitter out in right field.
Yeah, I don't know if I can recall the year that Jeff Harris hasn't played in the state tournament. It seems like he always gets picked up by a team. He's got a great hitting ability, and he'll see if he can show it here. He's batting in the 7th spot for the KTs.
He's coming off of a nice catch out in right field to end the bottom of the first. Sometimes that stuff can carry over.
It can.
From the field into your at-bats.
Noah Pitts had to jump for that one yesterday, then came out there and took 1 yard.
Yeah.
Or Zach Pitts, excuse me. But that one fouled off back towards the parking lot. Jeff Harris stays alive here at a 2-2 count. He leads off this inning for the Killer Tomatoes. Crowd still filling in. That one going to be high and at the elbows inside. It's a full count here. Jeff Harris, an action pitch. And Harris will walk, so he'll go talk to Phil Johnson over at first base. And
I'm sure that's always a fun conversation.
Oh, yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
Right? And Richard Sternberg steps up here for the Killer Tomatoes, sporting the big 7 on his back. He's playing shortstop today. He made a few great plays in that inning.
Yeah, he did.
And he tries to lay down a bunt, but the angle of the bat didn't quite call for that. And that one sent back into the net.
He was trying to push that one up the first base line with the third baseman and Schmidt charging. Couldn't get it down and fouled it off to the screen.
And Schmidt playing a little up here at third base. We had a good shot of that just a moment ago. That one going to be outside, ball 1. Jeff Harris takes a decent lead. We'll see if there's a token throw. Maybe they try to get him. And Waddell's pitch going to be low outside for ball number 2. Landon Waddell. He had a pretty interesting first top of the first inning, but he's trying to get back into his groove here. And Looks like he is. He's finding a spot much more consistently.
Yep, gave up a leadoff walk, but now he's got Sternberg in a 2-2 count.
The pitch to Sternberg, he second-guessed it. Kitchens makes the play on it and flips it over to first base for out number 1, but it does move Jeff Harris up to second base in the process. I think Kitchens was maybe thinking 2 there, but it died out on the grass in front of him.
There really was no chance for 2. It was hit slowly to begin with, and Harris had a pretty decent jump off at first with the contact. So first base, the only play, and it was a tough one at that, and he made it look easy.
Runner in scoring position and 1 down. Michael Beitenboss, the pitcher DH, stepping up for the Killer Tomatoes. And great shot of Michael here. He digs in with a 1-0 count, or 0-1 count. And he swings, puts that one right at Waddell. They're going to try to get the lead runner. And they got Harris in a pickle, and Waddell is going to do it himself, and he got him. Not a bad idea. Great idea from Waddell to turn around and say, hey, you know what? Let's make this a little bit easy on myself and see if Harris is standing in the middle, and he was. And they take the man out of scoring position, but Beitenboss stands up on first base now, 2 down.
And Waddell played that exactly how you're supposed to. Run at the runner, make him make the decision of which way he wants to go before you throw it. Don't want to throw it around, give chances for an error, give chances for Beitenboss to take second base.
And Muth back up the top of the order. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Muth having a conversation with our home plate umpire, who is?
Chris Mercado.
Chris Mercado.
I do not know the other 2. I will say that.
That one going to be swung on. Jason Schmidt going to throw it across the diamond, and Phil Johnson makes the play at first base, and that is how your top of the second ends. The Raptors settle in a little bit, and they make quick work of that inning. It's a 1-0 score. We're going to head to the bottom of the second inning. You're watching the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament on Live Ticket TV.
Hey farmers, don't have the time or the means to haul your corn to market? Contact Derek or Phil at New Gen Energy. They are receiving corn 6 days a week, and every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. is Farmers Only Haul Day. Located in Marion, South Dakota, New Gen Energy also sells distillers and corn oil. Call 605-648-2100 for all your corn needs, and check out their website at newgenmarion.com. That's N-U-G-E-N Marion.com.
A better you starts closer to home, with people who understand your way of life and belong to your community. Primary care providers at Horizon Health know you and know how to help you stay well. We're here to keep you healthy and care for you through every stage of life, so you can keep doing what you love and make every day a better one. Schedule an appointment at horizonhealthcare.org.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. It's the bottom of the second inning. This half inning brought to you by Farmco. Locally owned and operated, Farmco is a full-service feed, seed, animal health, farming, and ranching equipment provider serving the Midwest. That's Farmco, a big sponsor of the Platte Killer Tomatoes and the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Justin, who do we have due up here in the bottom of the second inning for the for the Dimock-Emery Raptors?
And they've got 5, 6, and 7 due up: Pischke, Plagman, and Inquest. Sam Pischke is leading off, and let me flip through my pages here. Pischke is a .317 hitter in the season. He's coming up for his first at bat, first time facing Michael Beitenboss in this contest.
A 1-0 ball game. We'll see if the Raptors can change things up here. Jason Schmidt with the triple in the previous inning, and then the eventual line out to right field to Jeff Harris. That one going to be low for ball 1 to Sam Pischke.
Pischke sports the single batting glove in the left-handed batter's box. I don't mind the style.
I think the kids call it drip.
Yeah, that would be what the kids call it.
It's drippy.
Yeah.
Sam digs in with the 2-0. That one going to be high, and Biting Boss has yet to find the zone. The 3-0 from Biting Boss, you'd think it'd be automatic, and it misses inside. So a 4-pitch walk will put Sam Pischke on first base. And now we'll see Colton Plagman, the catcher, step up. And Colton had a pretty good first inning behind the plate. He had a lot of balls to stop and had to really move quite a bit. But we'll see if his warm-up is really in effect here with one man on. First pitch from Biting Boss, and this at-bat is going to be in for a called strike in the outside portion of the plate. And that one going to be bunted, foul. Sheldon Gant will stop it with his right foot and will play again.
I don't mind the idea. Dimock-Emery finds themselves in a situation where it's easier to tie up the game, push that run across with a leadoff walk.
At the same time, you have to have a lot of faith in Josh Anquist coming up, too.
Yeah.
To be able to hit him around.
Behind him is the designated hitter in Gene Kitchens.
The pitch from Biting Boss swung on, and it'll be a strikeout for Michael Biting Boss. And Josh Anquist now steps up with one down. And Anquist on the year is a .295 batter. And he thought about going there, but they call it a ball for a 1-0 count. And back to Anquist. He has 23 hits on 11 RBIs, that leading up to the tournament.
There were a couple of reactions from the crowd on that ball call. I think Platte wanted that one.
I think it might get more aggressive towards the latter part of this game as well, as these crowds get into it, and the beer garden seems to get colder.
Yeah.
And a 1-1 count here, man on. Pischke goes. The throw from Hewitt is going to be skied right over the head of Richard Sternberg. And if that was a little lower, it would have been close, but just skied right over the head. I mean, it wasn't even close. Richard Sternberg at second base. So Pischke does it himself. Doesn't need a bunt. He's now standing up on second base with a stolen base.
I really thought that with a good throw, the play wouldn't have been that close. That Pischke would have been out at second base.
I think so, too.
But the catcher in Hewitt just kind of stood up and didn't have everything set to throw.
And a swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Biting Boss as some high heat gives Josh Anquist to go back to the dugout. And now we'll see Gene Kitchens, the designated hitter for the Raptors. Gene has been battling with some injuries throughout the year, and he's happy to be DHing today. I think he had an injury last year in the State Am as well, if I recall. He had an injury in the outfield. But this year, he had one as well. It's an 0-2 count, or excuse me, 2 down and 1 man on second base in Sam Pischke. The 1-0 is in there. And Biting Boss going to try to attack the legend Gene Kitchens. And Kitchens is going to put that one to Hayden Kuiper, and the play is not going to be made. A good stop. They're going to rule it a hit, says the commissioner, Brock Greenfield. Hayden Kuiper tried to get a glove in front of it, and lucky he did. Runners on the corners. I'll tell you what, if Kitchens had any more on that one, he's scoring Sam Pischke at second base. But now we flip things over, or excuse me, we don't. We go to Chase Aaron. We're close to flipping things over to the top of the order. But Chase Aaron, the left fielder, steps up, and he's got a good stick too.
I honestly thought that Kitchens could have broke his bat on that swing, just kind of how it didn't come off the bat very hard. And he kind of looked to have been jammed on that pitch.
A 360 clip for Chase Aaron. And Gene Kitchens is making his way over to second. He steals the base, and now 2 men in scoring position. Gene Kitchens steals a base in the state am in 2024. Who had that on their bingo card?
I think
it's defensive indifference.
Yeah, it will be defensive indifference. It won't go down
boring.
in the book as a stolen base, but he's on second, and he did it himself.
They could have definitely thrown that down there, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So 1-1 now. Biting Boss, the pitch, a big wave from Aaron. And now Chase Aaron has a 1-2 count, and Biting Boss maybe looking for his third strikeout of the inning. Again, we're in the bottom of the second here.
If Biting Boss can hang a 0 here, it'll be the second time he's stranded a runner at third.
That one outside for ball number 2. So a 2-2 count now. 2 men on, 2 outs. Biting Boss in the 2-2, swung on. Right to Sternberg at short. Aaron's pretty quick, but the throw is going to be in time, and Mason Townsend makes the grab. So another scoreless half inning for the Raptors. Makes your score after 2 complete, 1-0. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, the Tomatoes back to the dish. We'll be back right after this on Live Ticket TV.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
It might be time for you to strongly consider leasing bulls from Jorgensen Land and Cattle. Here's Cody.
Well, it's a really good option to acquire some excellent genetics for an affordable price. It's become really popular. When you first hear about lease bulls, sometimes it may frighten a person. So this is a different ballgame. You know, there's a genetic program behind these bulls. These are bulls that have a genetic program and really are designed genetically to very nice calves.
Call 1-800-548-BULL.
The top of the third inning here at Cadwell Park. This half inning brought to you by One Andy Insurance. One Andy Insurance is your locally owned independent insurance agency where safeguarding your future is their priority. Contact Cole or Jen today. They're a big supporter of the Alexandria Angels in the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. And who do we have batting now for the Tomatoes, John?
It's Gant, Townsend, and Hewitt. They have combined for 2 hits and 2 at-bats. They're a perfect 2 for 2, 2 singles and a walk.
Pretty good start for them today. We'll see what they can do here in the top of the third.
Gant has scored the only run on the board.
That one going to be in for a strike, so 1-1 now. Waddell's pitch going to be skied. I don't know. And Enquist makes the play. Wow, he had a beat on that the whole time because that was a really, really tough play. Pischke lost it in the sun, made that very clear and evident, but Enquist charges and makes the play for out number 1, a diving attempt. That's fun to watch.
I thought that was going to drop in no man's land in front of Enquist behind Pischke, but Enquist covered the ground and laid out for it to make the grab.
So with 1 down, Townsend sends it right over to Sam Pischke, and Phil Johnson makes the grab for out number 2.
Two quick outs for Landon Waddell, looking to get out of an inning. Quickly get the bats back up as Dimock-Emery said runners in scoring position both innings, just not able to scratch anything across.
Hunter Hewitt now up for the KTs. That one going to be in, and Waddell finding his spot. That one going to be called low, though. But he's humming now. That one swung high And it's going to be playable for Drew Kitchens as he calls everyone off, and he charges it up and makes the play for out number 3. And a very quick top of the third with no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. So after 2.5 innings complete, your score 1-0. The Tomatoes lead the Raptors. We'll be back right after this on Live Ticket TV.
At Lesterville Feed and Grain, they pride themselves on offering top-notch products at competitive prices. Whether you're looking for feed for your livestock or grains for your crops, they have you covered. And with their market bids, you can rest easy knowing you're getting the best deal possible. But it's not just about the products, it's about the service. Their knowledgeable staff is there to help answer any questions you may have and provide expert advice to help you succeed in your farming endeavors.
Shields All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
Dr. Kelly Tobin and staff at Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic are proud supporters of high school athletics. When it comes to large and small animal health, look to Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic. They understand how important your livestock is to you and will give you service that you can depend on. Call 539-1040. That's 539-1040. Rolling Hills is located on Dakota Avenue, across from Farm Bureau in Wessington Springs. Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. It's the bottom of the third inning. This half inning brought to you by One Stop. Your convenient stop, whether coming home from a local day and you need a quick drink or heading to work, One Stop Convenience will take care of you at the pump and inside for your stomach. They're a big sponsor of Redfield DQ in the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Justin, who do we have due up here for the Raptors?
Top of the order, back up for their second at-bats. It's Kitchens, Nash, and Schmidt. 1 for 3 combined through the first time in the order.
That one going to be sent right over to Richard Sternberg, who makes the throw over to Townsend for out number 1, and 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third inning.
Kitchens now has grounded out to the shortstop in both of his at-bats. Nash comes up 0 for 1 with a ground out to second base.
Again, Nash, a .324 average on the year. That one in for a called strike. And Nash, 30 hits, 15 RBIs leading up to the tournament. Here's the 0-1, going to be high. Nice job trying to frame that from Hunter Hewitt.
That was near the letters. Not a bad call by Chris Mercado.
The 1-1 swung on and sent up left field. Grant Doom can't make the play. And that one falls in for a base hit. I don't know if Doom could have made that play at all. Really tough.
Maybe on a dive, but it still would have been a tough play, pretty close. And pulling up on it and not risking a dive, or not diving, keeps the runner in Nash at first base.
1 down. Try to pick off Nash.
Jason Schmidt 1 for 1 with a triple on his day.
First actual pitch to Jason Schmidt. Going to be in for a ball. A really good crowd on hand. I'd say one of the better crowds of this tournament so far.
I think it beats out last night.
Yep. I think it's more full, especially towards us.
Yeah.
Up here in the Dean Mender press box. And that one going to be in for ball number 2, so a 2-0. To Jason Schmidt, who is always a scary stick. That one misses for ball 3. You know, if you're going to walk anybody on this Dimock-Emery Raptors roster, I think Jason Schmidt might be the guy you want to walk.
The only problem with walking him and putting him on base is Phil Johnson is behind him in the on-deck circle.
The 3-0 going to be real close to Jason Schmidt, and it walks him. So a 4-pitch walk, and Bite Boss, I believe, which is his second 4-pitch walk of the game,
Yep.
sends Phil Johnson up now with 1 down. Jason Schmidt on first, and Peyton Nash standing on second base, and Johnson has the opportunity here to get things rolling for the Raptors.
That he does. He lined out on some loud contact back in the first, looking for a better outcome here.
The lefty and Johnson, that one in for a strike, so Bite Boss gets back and gets a strike for himself after 5 pitches without one. Phil Johnson digs in the 0-1. He wanted to go, but it's going to be called for a ball outside and high.
I think the catcher, Hewitt, is starting to not appreciate some of these ball calls. Just in his reactions, he's holding the frame a little longer.
Swing and a miss there from Phil Johnson. Now a 1-2. Huge spot here for the Raptors. The pitch is going to be high at the elbows of Phil Johnson, at the head of most other players.
He does stand in pretty tall.
If you're a Vikings fan, they just won 27-12 is the final. That one going to be swing and a miss as Johnson goes down for out number 2.
It's a third strikeout for Bite Boss.
So Sam Pischke steps up now, and Pischke, he's pretty darn good too. 35 hits, 25 RBIs coming into the tournament, a 317 average is what he had into this one. Here's the pitch from Bite Boss that is going to be high for ball 1. 2 down, and the Raptors can't quite break through, but they're getting men on base. You knew both of these teams were going to be able to do that. Can they get a guy to come home, though? Now it's a 2-0 count. Sam Pischke digs in. He's 0 for 0 on the day, no official at bat. That one 3-0. Here's a another possible 4-pitch walk. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be the third one of the ball game.
If I'm Pischke, I'm not swinging here. He doesn't go, but that one going to be in for a called strike.
3-0 automatic.
I think Pischke was pretty upset about that one. He thought it was low.
Yeah. Sometimes the zone expands in a 3-0 count.
Plagman to follow Pischke in the order. The 3-1 now. Bite Boss. They're going to say it hit him, and it did. It was just a matter of did he lead into it, but no, you're going to watch here. He wanted to get around on it, and he moved his shoulders just enough to get hit by the pitch, right on the elbow guard.
Yeah, just loading up for the pitch. Definitely didn't lean into it.
No. So, base is juiced. As you see it on your screen left to right, Peyton Nash, Jason Schmidt, and Sam Pischke are on base for the Raptors.
That's the third free pass given up by Bite Boss.
Colton Plagman in a spot here to really crack through for the Raptors. That one in there for a called strike. Both of these teams have had magical tournaments up to this point, and it's unfortunate that one of the teams has to go home and not compete tomorrow. That one going to be fouled off from Plagman. Good contact. I think he's frustrated with himself. He wanted to make that one go out about 374.
Send that out in the right center gap.
Here's Plagman on the 0-2. That one high and hits the glove of Hewitt. Hewitt does a great job of getting a glove on that one because Peyton Nash would have definitely been able to stand up at home if he didn't get a glove on it.
Good speed at third base. Doesn't have to skip away very far.
He's got that oven mitt, as some say. And that one fouled off. And I think it goes on the net above the burger stand, so that will not be a $2 foul ball. So the 1-2 now. Bases juiced here. And here's the 1-2 count to Plagman. He swings and misses. And Biting Boss gets the Tomatoes out of a huge jam with the bases juiced. Your score after 3 innings complete is 1-0. The Tomatoes lead the Raptors. We'll be right back on Live Ticket TV.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home, now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
The heart of farming season is coming up, and Caton International is your HIH dealer in Crofton, Nebraska. Caton International offers top-notch parts and service to keep your equipment running smoothly all season long. Their team of experts is there to help with any maintenance or repairs you may need, so you can focus on what you do best, farming. And don't forget to check out their website for the latest deals and promotions. Whether you're in the market for a new piece of equipment or just need some replacement parts, Caton International has you covered.
We travel in packs. Fearless first-timers and go-getters. Sightseers and mudslingers. Trail conquerors and adrenaline junkies. We believe great rides deserve great company. And wherever the ride takes us, there's always room for one more.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. It's the top of the 4th inning. And this half inning brought to you by Jorgensen Land and Cattle. When you lease or buy a bull from Jorgensen Land and Cattle, you're going to have full confidence that you're choosing the best of everything. They're a big sponsor of the teams from the Winter area and the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Justin, who is due up here for the Killer Tomatoes in the top of the 4th inning?
5, 6, and 7, Doom, Kuiper, and Harris. They have no hits through the first time the order.
Raptors, they have gotten men on base, Justin. You were talking about a little bit over our break, but just can't capitalize.
Yep, 6 men stranded by Michael Beitenboss. All 3 innings so far. He's left a man on third base. Good pitching when it matters to keep Dimock-Emery off of the board.
When it matters, I like that term. That one skied out into center field, and Nash will make the grab for out number 1. That one had some pop on it, and it's unfortunate that we're not playing on a smaller field because that would have been gone.
Yep, he did. He hit it
close.
Yeah, he hit it hard, hit it high, and just not enough juice to send it out to 420. Is the flag blowing in just a little bit out in center, not by much, just kind of rocking back and forth.
Hayden Kuiper now up for the KTs, and that one goes through the legs of Jason Schmidt, and that thing was hit hard. Chase Aaron will pick it up there out in left field, get it into Kitchens, and standing up on first base is Kuiper. What will that be ruled?
It's got to be a hit. I didn't even wait to listen for the commissioner and Brock Greenfield. Is that when you hit a ball that hard, it's going to be a hit most of the time. As the shortstop Schmidt had basically no time to react to it, just only to defend himself, not to make a play.
The Pitch to Jeff Harris. First one of the at-bat going to be fouled into the parking lot to our northwest.
Harris walked in his first plate appearance. Was later caught in between second and third on a fielder's choice.
Waddell's pitch is going to be outside for ball number 1, a 1-1 count. Jeff Harris with one man on. Hayden Kuiper getting on with a hit. That one in for a strike, strike 2. Now the 1-2 to Jeff Harris. That one low for ball 2. Hayden Kuiper talking to Phil over there. Feels like you don't get too big of a lead. Chill out. That one going to be outside. And Waddell's throwing 2 balls in a row, one low, one outside to make this thing full. Here's the full count. Swung on, center field. Will Nash do it again? He does. So credit Nash to both outs of this half inning for the Raptors. And it's now 2 down with one man on. And Justin, Nash making some great plays out there, but didn't have to go too far for that one.
No, Harris lined that one pretty much right where he was standing anyway. Took a couple of steps and camped under it.
Richard Sternberg steps up for the Killer Tomatoes. He's going to swing at the first pitch. It's going to be grabbed by Jason Schmidt, who throws a long high throw over to Johnson that didn't have a lot of velocity, but it got there. I think Sternberg didn't think that thing was fair, so he didn't run it all the way out. A conversation is being had between Todd Strand and our home plate umpires, so we're going to step aside, and when we get back, we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're listening and watching live on Live Ticket TV.
Experience the enduring legacy of Castlewood Farms Elevator, a farmer-owned cooperative that has served the ag community for more than a century. Dedicated to enhancing efficiency and offering superior services, they provide a comprehensive range of crop nutrition, protection products, commercial fertilizer, and livestock feed. Visit CastlewoodElevator.com or give them a call today. Your ultimate destination for agriculture needs is Castlewood Farmers Elevator.
Discover a piece of Americana at Cohn's Corner, a renowned 1920s rural gas station turned firearm haven in the upper Midwest. Since 2004, their updated store has preserved nostalgia with gas pumps and snacks for travelers alongside a selection of 2,500 firearms. Purchase in-store or through Charlie for global delivery. They buy single guns, entire collections, and offer trades. Whether you're a collector or looking to sell, they've got you covered. Cohn's Corner, proud sponsor of Castlewood Youth Athletics and Events.
At Heartland State Bank, our customers are at the center of everything we do. Heartland State Bank is a family-owned community bank and here for you. We have an experienced lending staff for fast, local decisions. Heartland State Bank offers competitive rates and is proud to provide uptown services with a hometown touch. With 4 locations in Redfield, Tulare, Wessington, and Highmore, we aspire to support the communities we live and work in. Heartland State Bank, member FDIC.
It may seem like the smallest town in South Dakota, so how could it have everything you need when you may find yourself in the middle of nowhere? But at Canova Service Center, whatever you may need in the middle of nowhere, that's where they are. Fencing, lumberyard, hardware, oil changes, tire sales.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. It's the bottom of the 4th inning. And this half inning brought to you by Check Days. Mark your calendars for June 19th through the 21st, 2025 for the 76th annual Tabor Check Days in Tabor, South Dakota. Check food, check music, and check hospitality await you in Tabor, a big sponsor of the Tabor Bluebirds in the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, Justin.
7-8-9 due up for Dimock-Emery, Inquist, Kitchens, and Aaron. They have 1 hit and 3 at-bats through their first time of the order.
That one going to be high and near Inquist for ball number 1. And just about every single inning, the Raptors get men on base. It says they have not been able to capitalize.
Yeah, they're still looking for the big one.
This one is going to be popped up, and Richard Sternberg is under it to make the grab for out number 1 of the bottom of the 4th inning.
They've been able to get men in scoring position even pretty early in the inning. But again, just haven't found the big one. Haven't found that hit that breaks through, that gets runs across. Sometimes that can be the toughest one to get. Biting Boss has really clamped down with runners in scoring position, as any good pitcher would.
Gene Kitchens sends that one into the stands, and it hits one Mr. Vermillion.
Looks to be all right.
He does. I think he was startled by that, though, and that's why it concerned me, as I thought he got hit. That one in for a ball, so now 1-1. One down. The pitch from Biting Boss to Gene Kitchens. He sends that one towards the cars. Now the 1-2. That one going to be high for ball number 2. Now a 2-2 count. Here's the 2-2 from Biting Boss. Swung on and again fouled. This one goes into the net, though.
He's been putting up a good fight, fouling off pitches, looking for the one that he wants to pounce on and hit hard in play.
The 2-2. And again fouled off down the first base line. Goes past Mason Townsend at first. Gene Kitchens battling here in this at-bat. Sixth pitch at-bat. Here's the 7th, and it's grounded right over to Mason Townsend for out number 2. So after 7 total pitches in that at-bat, Kitchens grounds out to Townsend.
And as he's running back to the dugout, laughs with Biting Boss, who's got the best of them now.
Yeah, these two teams know each other well.
Yeah.
Now Chase Aaron steps up, and Aaron on the day 0 for 1 in his one at-bat. This will be Biting Boss's 64th pitch, and that one's going to get down for a base hit for Chase Aaron, who will stand up at first base. And it now flips the lineup card over to Drew Kitchens, in a really good spot for the Raptors, again with men on board.
Yep. Kitchens now up for his 3rd at-bat. He's 0 for 2, 2 ground outs. Looking for a better outcome and to send the runner at first, Aaron, around the bags. Time called.
Time is called by Drew Kitchens, who readjusts. We'll see what they do here with Aaron, if they play a little aggressive and see if they can get him up. He is pretty quick. They have tested Hewitt's arm before. He usually has a really good cannon back there, and it was high. It's just a matter of how good of a jump can Aaron get. He is quick.
Aaron, on that first pitch, a very conservative lead. He even stepped back with Biting Boss's first move.
There might be a steal put together, and they want to keep him back. And I think the thought that I had early on of maybe Aaron trying to steal is in the mind of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah, and Biting Boss with a long look over.
And Aaron goes, but it's swung on by Kitchens, and it's in the area of Sheldon Gant, who maybe looked like he lost it for a second, but comes down with it for out number 3. And that's how your 4th inning comes to a close after 4 innings complete. Your score 1-0. The Tomatoes lead the Raptors. We're going to head to the top of the 5th right after this on Live Ticket TV.
and repair, rental equipment, feed bunks, cattle shelters, convenience store, and more. So no, you're not in the middle of nowhere. It's the Canova Service Center.
We're your local one-stop shop. This is Angela, owner and operator of Amcota Farm and Home Center. From the DIYers, fixer-uppers, to contractors, we have what you need to get the job done. Building supplies, Valspar paint, and tools, Crystal X tubs, fencing supplies, and bog boots for your farm needs. We know how busy life can get. We offer delivery to make your life easier. Amcota Farm and Home Center on Dakota Avenue in Wessington Springs. Big city value.
If you love being outside, solving problems, and working with your hands, apply now at James Valley Landscape Solutions. James Valley offers on-the-job training in all aspects of the green industry, with modern equipment and technology and competitive pay. Benefits include overtime pay, healthcare, dental, vision, and more. Apply now at jamesvalleylandscape.com or in person at 600 West Spruce in Mitchell.
Top of the fifth inning here at Cadwell Park. This half inning brought to you by Tabor Lumber Co-op. They're dedicated to providing their customers the products, services, and expertise to make data-driven decisions to benefit their operation. They're a big sponsor of the Tabor Bluebirds and the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, Justin.
Bite Boss, Muth, and Gant due up here in the top of the fifth. Bite Boss is 0 for 1. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the bottom of the second.
First pitch fouled off for Bite Boss. Then we'll flip things over to the top of the order and see Seth Muth for sure, who's had a pretty darn good tournament as a pickup player. The 1-1 going to be swung on into foul territory towards the tomato dugout. And it gets picked up by a kid. That's good. It's always good to see.
Yeah. Free baseball or $2. Your choice.
That one a little low for the liking of Michael Bitenboss, but 2-2 now. Here's the 2-2, swung on and put in foul territory. Phil Johnson's not even going to run after that, and that thing more foul than the last.
Yeah. It's a good throw from Chris Mercado. It's harder to throw in that gear than you'd think.
I suppose. Can't get your full extension.
Nope. Kind of gets in the way of the shoulder.
Here's Bitenboss on the 2-2, grounded right to Drew Kitchens at short, who flips it over, and good thing Plagman was there. Actually, doesn't matter. It goes right off the front of the dugout. And they're calling it a hit for Michael Bitenboss, so he'll be credited with a hit, and Drew Kitchens will not be credited with an error, so we are still errorless through for sure 4 innings. Seth Muth up now with no man out and 1 man on, and Michael Bitenboss, who just got on.
I don't hate the hit call. It would have been a really close play as if the throw was on target.
I feel a lot of Drew Kitchens' throws today have been a little high, and I thought before he even threw it, I said, hey, you know what, is this going to get there? And no, it did not. And great work by Plagman to play that. Be there just in case. Didn't need to be. And that one going to be fouled off from Muth. And Seth probably a little frustrated about that one. He's going to trot back, and Mercado says, you know, that hit in the box.
Huh?
He's laughing that one off with Plagman and Mercado a little bit. But it's an 0-2 count now, so wouldn't expect us to see a bunt. And Muth's going to have to go after this one. The pitch to Seth is swung on right to Kitchens. Kitchens can do it himself. He flips it over, and it's going to be a 6-3 double play. Well, that's fun to see. And Kitchens makes work of his errant throw in the last at-bat. So he makes up for himself a little bit there. I think he's proud of himself a little bit.
Yeah. If he would have had Bite and Boss at first, that now erased with the double play.
Muth goes down, and it brings up Sheldon Gant. Sheldon, he is 0 for 1 on the day. He's got himself a 2-0 count already. Waddell kicks, fires, and sent right up in the gap to the right of Landon Waddell and to the left of Drew Kitchens in a good spot. And Sheldon Gant stands up on first base.
Sent it right back where it came from, and pretty easy to get a hit up the middle if you can get it past the pitcher.
Mason Townsend steps up here for the KTs.
Townsend 1 for 2. He's got a single and a ground out in his box score.
And Townsend looks at that one closer to the knees, backs up a little, but takes it for ball 1. Here's the 1-0, going to be hit. Great play from Sam Pischke, who flips it over and just dragging the right toe on second base is Drew Kitchens, but that's how the inning will end. So after 4.5 innings complete, we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score still 1-0. The Tomatoes lead the Raptors. We'll be back right after this on Live Ticket TV.
Farmers Elevator is a proud supporter of the Mount Vernon Mustangs at the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator has been servicing the Mount Vernon area for over 75 years. See them for your agronomy and feed needs, no matter the farming season. They will take care of all your grain handling needs as well. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator would like to wish the Mustangs and all the teams best of luck at the state tournament.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. We're playing a little bingo here at Cadwell Park, as we do heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. And this half inning is brought to you by Burke Livestock. They're a family-owned livestock operation, and auctions are every Saturday, and the Burke Livestock is a proud supporter of the Burke Bombers and the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Justin, we played some bingo. Let's see who we got coming up here for Dimock-Emery.
Nash, Schmidt, and Johnson due up for their third at bat, or their third plate appearances. They are 2 for 5 combined, 2 hits and a walk.
I would say that this is a really good part of their order.
Yep,
and
it
if they
is.
can't capitalize on this, then I mean, I'm not saying it's not happening, but you really can get some damage done with a really, really impressive and talented group in these first 3 batters.
Yep, Nash with the speed. He can also get on base. Schmidt and Johnson behind him with the power to move him around.
It's where you need to be. That one fouled off from Peyton Nash. He's 1 for 2. Thank you. Garrison's lineups just came up, and hey, look at that. They're on time today.
Yeah, they are. Still waiting on PBR.
Yeah, we waited a long time last night for PBR. I don't know if there's any PBR fans watching that have anything to do with our lineup cards, but that one goes into the dugout.
It's actually grabbed by a KT. Don't know who it is, as they're wearing a pullover, not a jersey, I think.
The 0-2 now to Peyton Nash after he's fouled a few off. That one going to be popped up into foul territory. Sheldon Gant charges about 10 yards and then throws it over to Hayden Kuiper, and that goes behind him. We're playing having a little snowball fight out there, I guess.
Yep. Let the kids have fun. Now we're back to playing baseball. Schmidt's 1 for 1.
1 for 2. 1 for 2 according to the official stat. Oh, no, he is 1 for 1. I was
Yep.
looking at the wrong guy.
Yep. 1 for 1. He's got a triple and a walk.
That one high for ball 1. See, I was watching out there. I don't know what that looked like, but it was real close, to say the least.
Yeah, it was, and Hewitt wanted it.
This pitch skied high. Sheldon Gant, can he make a play? He gets close to the fence, and
he overran it.
I didn't get to see what happened.
He went to the fence, and it ended up dropping about a foot behind him. Well, not necessarily behind him, more towards fair territory. And just went to the fence, tried to reach over, and it wasn't there.
The now 1-1. With no men on, Jason Schmidt trying to get things rolling again. Swings on and puts that one foul towards the parking lot. Here's the 1-2. Swung right to Richard Sternberg, and Schmidt hustles over, but the play is made for out number 2.
Sternberg with a good internal clock, knowing right when he needs to get rid of the ball, able to collect himself, set the feet, and make a good, strong throw over to the chest of Townsend to get the runner Schmidt by a step.
And that he did. Now 2 down. And Phil Johnson steps in for the Raptors. And he gets all of that one, and that'll get down, and Phil should be standing up on 2 here. And he will be. Phil Johnson with a stand-up double as he puts that one out, just about rolled to the comfort end sign out there.
Yeah, he lost the elbow guard on the way. It started falling off. He's able to hold on to it and hand it to his manager, Brad Bartscher.
Sam Pischke steps in now, and that is ruled a hit, obviously. And Sam Pischke now. With Phil in scoring position, we'll see what the Raptors can get done. That one outside. I like the framing work from Hunter Hewitt. It's fun to watch.
This is the fourth, or excuse me. No, this is the 4th out of 5 innings that the Raptors have had runners in scoring position.
Always getting men on. And according to Cole Larsch, our bingo pot is $266.
It's a pretty solid one.
It is pretty solid. And that one skied out Grant Doom, and he'll make the play for out number 3. So we've played 5 complete innings. Your score still 1-0. The Tomatoes lead the Raptors. We'll be back right after this on Live Ticket TV.
Each family's needs are different and special. Will Funeral Chapel will listen with sensitivity, answer all questions, and respect your choices. The Will Funeral Chapel staff can assist you in planning and coordinating all the details. They will explain all the different options to make you feel at ease and most comfortable with all the decisions. Find out more by visiting their website at willfuneralchapel.com. Their sincerest hope is that you and your family will be comforted by their efforts.
Are you in need of high-quality lumber for your next project? Looking for top-notch agronomy services to keep your crops thriving? Need a reliable source of propane and fuel for your home or business? Look no further than Tabor Lumber Co-op. Whether you're a seasoned contractor or a DIY enthusiast, Tabor Lumber Co-op has everything you need to get the job done right. And with their competitive prices and top-notch customer service, you'll be glad you chose Tabor Lumber Co-op for all your lumber, propane, and agronomy services.
It's the top of the 6th inning here at Cadwell Park, and again, a $266 bingo pot being played for. Will there be a silent bingo? It tends to happen with big pots. Lesterville Feed and Grain is our half-inning sponsor with 2 convenient locations in Lesterville and Kingburg. Lesterville Feed and Grain is here to help the local area farmers with any need they have during the farming season. They're a big sponsor of the Lesterville Monks in the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament.
Hewitt, Doom, and Kuiper due up 4, 5, and 6. They have 2 hits in 6 at-bats, excuse me. Hewitt steps in. He's 1 for 2, a single and a pop-out.
Might do the same thing here. Will the play be made? It is by the catcher Colton Plagman, who played that very well. Had to go backwards abruptly just before the ball came down, but it hung up there for a while, and he makes the play.
The wind's starting to pick up. You can see out at the center field flag, it's starting to hang up in the air a little more.
Your average northwest wind.
Yeah, blowing a little bit left to right. Kind of out of that left center gap.
We'll monitor this as the day goes as well. That one going to be swung on and sent towards the cars again to our northwest in the parking lot. If you've never been to Cadwell Park, you and the camera shot right now are facing southwest, excuse me, and we are facing northeast here in the Dean Minder press box. So it's a nice setup, and you rarely get a wind that takes the ball further. You usually get it pushing back or pushing right to left or left to right. But it's always a fun time here at Cadwell Park because we can get some good winds out here that can make things interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Waddell's pitch is going to be inside for ball number 1, so 1-2 now.
I believe that skipped off of the home plate umpire, Chris Mercado, hit that shin guard and right over to the first base on deck circle.
Swung on and again sent towards the cars.
Doom is looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2. He's popped out foul and flown out to center field.
The 1-2 going to be high for ball number 2. So now a 2-2 count. Here's the 2-2 from Waddell. It's going to be again fouled back. And just another foul ball sent towards the cars. And somebody's going to have some hail damage.
Yep. Call the insurance company.
This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat now.
And also call Paintless Dent Repair. So you're going to need them both.
That one for a ball, so we'll have an 8th pitch of the at-bat right here. Waddell's 8th pitch is going to be in there for a ball. It's going to be low, and Grant Doom trots over to first base on the walk. And now up is number 1, Hayden Kuiper, who is playing second base today for the KTs.
Kuiper 1 for 2. He has grounded into a fielder's choice. And also has a single.
That one in there for a strike. So an 0-1 now to start off for Kuiper. He's made a few good plays today, Justin, over there at second base, and he always makes great plays and is a continually he's always getting better at second, too. He's a fun player to watch in this state.
Good, strong defender in the infield. Always good to have. Cornerstone piece in the middle infield.
The 1-1. Waddell misses low and outside. 2-1. Maybe Waddell struggling to find the zone as usual. Or as needed. But that one fouled off now, 2-2.
Only 84 pitches through 5 1/3. That's not
too
a bad, not a bad number by any means.
I think definitely where Dimock-Emery wants to be, but that can happen when you have a 1-0 ball game up to this point. That one fouled off into the padding. And Phil Johnson guns that thing home, and they're going to check that ball out. Mercado really does a great detail on looking that one down.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have a bingo winner, so we will again play bingo for 266 this next half inning. The pitch from Waddell is going to be in there for a called strike 3. Waddell gets a backwards K.
I like the call. I did think it clipped the corner right on that inside. And had good north-south placement, good height. And really the only question was, did it hit the corner of the plate? And it did, says home plate umpire Chris Mercado. 2 down. Now for the pickup player, Jeff Harris.
A real nice spot there. And he gets him to go. Jeff Harris steps up, and Harris, I'm sure, is really confident in his abilities. Here's the 1-0 in there for a strike. Now 1-1 Jeff Harris, 0 for 1. That one going to be swung on. Chase Aaron is under it for the 3rd out of the inning. So we will head to the bottom of the 6th. Your score remains 1-0. The Tomatoes lead the Dimock-Emery Raptors. We'll be back right after this on Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The right nutrition, animal health, and record management is key to having a profitable cattle program. That's why you want to work with the people at Farmco, who will take the time to learn your operation and help you grow your business. We are your full-service agriculture provider of feed, seed, animal health, farm, and ranching equipment built on terrific service. Get to know Farmco locally owned and serving you in Chamberlain, Platte, Winter, and east of Kimball at the Paragon. Visit us online at farmcosd.com. Farmco, feeding your future.
And welcome back to Cadwell Park. And I think a lot of bingos is the word to use because there's so many individuals walking up with bingo cards right now. It's nuts. It's going to be packed up here in the Dean Minder. But this half inning is brought to you by Heartland State Bank. They've grown to serve the communities of Westington, Tulare, Highmore, and Redfield. They're proud to provide uptown services with the Hometown Touch. They're a big sponsor of Redfield DQ in the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, Justin.
6, 7, and 8 due up for the Raptors, Plagman, Enquist, and Kitchens. Kitchens has the only hit out of the 3. They combine, let's see here, 1 for 6.
So statistically speaking, Dimock-Emery is going to get a man on and then go down with at least one man in scoring position because that's what's been happening.
Yep, that's the most likely outcome so far. Clayton Boss back out there on the mound for his 6th inning of work.
Only 3 bingos? That's nuts. The 1-0 is going to be, looked to be right on the money up here, but must have been low. I think Biting Boss is pretty upset about that one, actually. 2-0. Mercado's zone has been pretty tight today, I will say, compared to what we got to see last night.
Yep, definitely compared to what we got to see last night. That one outside 3-0. And it really, I think we've seen most of the negative body language come from Platte. I don't think Dimock-Emery has had too big of a problem
4-pitch walk.
Yeah.
So, who would have guessed? Dimock-Emery gets a man on the base paths. And this time, Plagman is that man. We'll see if this part of the order can do a little bit more damage. Josh Anquist steps up. We're going to have a courtesy runner for Plagman. And it's going to be, it looks like number 16?
I think it's an 8.
18? Bryce Smart. Yeah, it's usually Bryce
Oh,
Smart.
or is it a 19? No, 19 is...
it's Bryce Smart, yeah. He's always the, or not always, but usually the courtesy runner for Anquist, or not Anquist, Plagman, the way it is. So now Anquist steps in with Smart on the base pass, and they try to pick him off. Smart is lanky. It's going to be hard to pick him off because he's also quick. And feels like a little momentum building here because it seems like for the first time in a long time, Dimock-Emery has a man on with no outs. Will they bunt? They do. Anquist squares, and it's a good bunt that advances Smart, and Anquist sacrifice bunt moves a runner in a scoring position for what, at least the 5th or 6th inning in a row now. 5th inning in a row.
And the only inning they've not had a man at least on second was the 4th.
Was the 4th?
Yep. First, second, third, and 5th all had a man on second or third. And with one out, you've got a really good stick at the plate in Gene Kitchens. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, he's looking to swing the bat. He's not going to go down looking no matter what happens.
Yeah.
And then you'll see Chase Arend as well. And he's had a pretty good tournament so far as well. So we'll see what the Raptors do. That one going to be fouled back up in a similar position. And it goes to a man in a John Deere hat who hands it to his friend. And he gives it to the nearest kid. And he runs away with it. That's $2. The 1-1. Gene Kitchens digs in. Biting Boss's pitch is going to be outside. So they split 266 three ways. It's still a pretty good chunk of change.
Biting Boss is hanging in with Waddell on the pitch count. He's got 84 now through 5 1/3.
A very similar ball game from the pitching from the pitching aspect. I think Waddell started off slower and has been picking up momentum, and Biting Boss has been right around the middle all game.
Yeah, he's been giving up runners, but
he's had his ups and downs. But
yeah, he's struck out guys with runners in scoring position. He's made guys have hit into weak contact, either in the air or on the ground.
The 3-1, and Kitchens gets a bat on it. Townsend flips it over. Biting Boss cannot make the play. Let's get a replay of that one. I want to see what happened. Was it on the flip? We got a good shot of it, I know, because I looked down at the frame for a little bit. Let's see. Kitchens hustles it out, but Biting Boss just didn't look it into his glove. And Kitchens gets on, runners on the corners. Chase Aaron, we're going to have a mound conversation. So we are keeping Biting Boss.
And it's official. 3 bingo winners, splitting a pot of $266.
What's that math come out to? You should do that.
Let's see. It'd be about...
It's more than 75 each.
Be about 80 bucks.
Yeah, close.
85.
85.
Somewhere in there. All right, let's see.
We're going to have
let's see how good our math is.
Marcato going to get the plate cleaned off. Make sure he's not missing anything. It will be an error committed by the pitcher, Michael Biting Boss. Obviously, as his catch attempt was just errant.
$88.67.
I'm guessing they gave one person an extra $1 and just said we're not going to split 67 cents. That one going to be skied up, foul territory, and Sheldon Gant makes the play, and Chase Aaron very upset with himself, but it brings up the top of the order Drew Kitchens, who has an opportunity to score the first run for the Raptors. Again, Gene Kitchens, his dad, standing on first.
Yeah, that's a disappointing at-bat for Chase Aaron, especially with a runner in scoring position. And Dimock-Emery's still looking for the big one. Just haven't been able to break through here and now through 5 2/3.
2 down, runners on the corners. Biting Boss, his pitch is What is going on out there? So that should be counted as a stolen base.
I think it will have to be, even
because he
though
threw the ball.
Yep, even though the shortstop in Sternberg came up to cut off the throw, and Gene Kitchens is still second base.
And I think Gene's checking himself out. Yep. I spoke multiple times throughout this game that Gene has been dealing with injuries throughout the year. Landon Waddell will come in. So Landon Waddell will pinch run for Jason Schmidt. Or, not, excuse me, for Gene Kitchens.
So he will enter in.
Landon will be the DH/pitcher moving
Yeah,
forward. And
well,
will enter the lineup at the 8 spot.
Well, Dimock-Emery will lose their DH
Right,
now.
yes.
Yep.
And
where Platte, since it's in the lineup card as a pitcher DH, if they choose to remove Beitenboss, he can remain in the lineup as a designated hitter. It's a weird rule. It's the Shohei Ohtani rule out of the MLB. It's just how the lineup cards work now. In 2024, I think that's been a rule for 2-3 years now in the MLB rulebook. You don't see it used very often, but it's here in the Platte Killer Tomato lineup.
I'll tell you right now, this camera is getting a pretty good shot of Michael Beitenboss, and he looks to be pretty tired out there. See what the conversation is. Runners in the scoring position.
This can be a long tournament. It can really wear on you.
They have Grant Doom, who could possibly pitch, among others. It's an 0 or a 1-0 count. And that one going to be put up into trouble territory, but Jeff Harris charges on and makes the play to end the inning. So with 2 men in scoring position, the Raptors can't do anything with it again. Your score remains 1-0. The Tomatoes lead the Raptors. We'll be back right after this on Live Ticket TV.
You're committed to building relationships, to exceeding expectations, to serving your community. Choose a financial partner that shares your vision and your values. For 130 years, we've stood by South Dakotans. We've been there, we'll be there. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West, member FDIC.
C&B is proud to support our local farmers. Rooted in agriculture, we are committed to our customers. You can shop local with C&B, your John Deere dealer, providing you with new and used equipment, parts on hand, and service all year round. Our entire inventory is available to you online at DeereEquipment.com. C&B, proud to be your local John Deere dealer.
Live Ticket TV continues to grow and bring you more sports coverage than ever before. And now, Live Ticket TV is happy to announce their partnership into college athletics with Dakota Wesleyan University. That's right, Tiger Nation. Live Ticket TV and DWU have teamed up to bring you coverage of all home sporting activities for the Tigers. If you'd like to advertise during these sporting events, give Live Ticket TV a call. Dakota Wesleyan University Sports, now on Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. We're in the top of the 7th inning, this half inning, brought to you by the Sports Center in Larchwood, the best flatbread pizza in the area with top-notch burgers. And don't worry, they have the best salads too. Open early every day. The Sports Center is the place to be. A huge sponsor of the Larchwood Diamonds and the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, Justin.
Sternberg, Beitenboss, and Muth due up. Sternberg 0 for 2. He's in a 1-1 count. Make it 2-1. On the high fastball.
Richard Sternberg made some real nice plays today over at shortstop. And he's got himself a 2-1, now a 2-2. And Waddell has, it seems like, slowly picked up his pace, slowly picked up his accuracy. He's got himself a 3-1 right now.
Sternberg responsible for 5. I lost my count. Either 5 or 6 outs on the defensive side of the ball.
Waddell now thrown 95 pitches. The full count to Sternberg. Swung on into the net, and we'll play again. So now we'll push 96, and we'll see Waddell's doing a really nice job at maintaining his pace and should be able to finish this game as long as things don't get too crazy. Landon's pitch is in there for a called strike. Marcato calls that one, and oh boy, we're going to see this one again on the replay. This is going to be a real good shot. You be the judge. The pitch from Waddell, oh boy, I think that's pretty good. It was on the corner, but it was close. I mean,
like it. I really do. You know, the one downfall of this camera angle is you can't see when it crosses the plate.
For sure, and Beitenboss connects with that one. Similar to, I believe, his last hit, because he has a hit like that before, a similar hit to that too, doesn't he?
Yeah, I believe so. I think he sent that first single up the middle. He's got 2 singles now, 2 for 3 on the day.
And Seth Moose steps up, and Seth's had an interesting day, to say the least. He's had a really nice day out in center field. Hasn't had to make too many plays, but he has made a rangy play, and one of the first hits of the game went over his head. He bunts. Landon Waddell scoops it up and flips it over to Phil, and Phil Johnson makes the collection over at first base for out number 2, but a man in scoring position, and Michael Beitenboss, and they move him up. So Sheldon Gant will step up to the plate now.
And Beitenboss just appears to be tired.
I think he is. I mean, just his body language is saying that, and having to throw on this mound. He's almost thrown 90 pitches or more today. I'll have to go check. We'll head in. I'll mention that just before he pitches in the next half inning. But yeah, he looks visibly tired out there, but he's not going to give up, and playing on pure adrenaline at this point, as most of these players, I'm sure. That's the fun part of amateur baseball. That one put right to Drew Kitchens at second. He stumbles, picks it up, fires it over again, and it's going to be high. And the run will score. Wow. Michael Beitenboss scores off of the air.
So it'll be a 2-base error. The first base is Gant is allowed to reach first. The overthrow went into the Platte dugout. That's a dead ball.
Yep.
Everybody moves up 90 feet. The run and Beitenboss scores, and Gant stands at second base.
That's the second one of those that Drew Kitchens has done today. And Colton Plagman had to stay behind the home plate because you can't go back up that throw because there's no one to cover home if Beitenboss decides to turn and go home. So a intentional walk, as well as you're seeing Mason Townsend stand up on first base now, and we're going to have a conversation between Landon Waddell and the Dimock-Emery Raptors. And honestly, I don't know if this is Landon's fault as much as here's the plan.
I think this mound visit, obviously don't know for sure, but I think this is just coming out, talk to your pitcher, say, hey, settle down. There's nothing you can do. Sure, he gave up a single, but that run should go in unearned. And just got to lock back in, settle down. You've got 2 outs now. There's a force play at any bag. So settle in, get yourself a ground ball, and get your team back in the dugout to go hit.
It's only a 2-run ball game, though, so it's not the end of the world.
No, it's not.
As a reminder, Sheldon Gant stands on second. Mason Townsend, the intentional walk, stands on first. That went in for a called strike to Hunter Hewitt, the first pitch of the at-bat.
Hewitt 1 for 3, a single and 2 pop-outs.
The pitch from Waddell is going to be in there for strike number 2, a curveball that was real nice and got in there. Where does Waddell go with the 0-2? Does he make Hunter Hewitt chase? And Hewitt swings on. It's going to get down in the gap between Nash and Anquist. Sheldon Gant will score, and Mason Townsend will stand up on third, and the Killer Tomatoes have put 2 runs on the board in this half inning, and 3-0 is your score. The Killer Tomatoes lead the Dimock-Emery Raptors.
Just a good, solid swing by Hewitt, allowing himself to use the big part of the field, go the other way with it, let that fastball travel back.
And that'll be the night of Waddell.
Yep.
So we're going to step aside and see what the change is. I'm guessing it will be either Enquist or Johnson. It appears to be Johnson, as Enquist is staying put, so we will have our full lineup of defensive changes and our pitching change, obviously, right after this on Live Ticket TV.
B&S Services LLC is your locally owned repair service center. We specialize in full-service automotive, semi-trailer, and small engine repair, along with tire services. Repair services range from a simple oil change to sharpening mower blades to a more complicated electrical diagnosis. Located at 38058 South Dakota Highway 34, look for us on the hill heading west out of town. Phone Cody Barber 605-350-4293 and Arian Schooler 605-770-9398. B&S Services LLC is a proud sponsor of Wessington Springs Spartans Athletic.
Dimock Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimock Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, DimockDairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimock Cheese.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning. And a pitching chain has resulted a clean switch between Phil Johnson and Landon Waddell. They intentional walk Grant Doom, and Phil Johnson's first pitch is going to be wild, and the run will score. Mason Townsend trots across home plate for the third run of the half inning, so it's now 4-0. And it's been a very swift moving beginning of the pitching change. Johnson moves quickly. His pitch going to be in there for a strike, finds the zone. That one in for a strike as well, so a 1-2 now as Phil settling in. Hayden Kuiper at the plate here, runners in scoring position. Doom on second, DeWard on third. That one going to be skied up into the territory of Drew Kitchens, who makes the play for out number 3, but 3 runs get tallied in the top of the 7th inning for the Platte Killer Tomatoes. Your score 4-0. The Killer Tomatoes lead the Dimock-Emery Raptors. We're going to head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Raptors coming to bat. We'll be back on Live Ticket TV right after this.
You are a dynamite contractor. Your younger brother Gary is a slightly less dynamite contractor. But together, you make Mom proud. Look at you two. And look at your crew. Brenda the Calculator Cutler, Bill the Drill Robinson, and then there's the new guy. New guy struggles with stairs, and that'll cost you. Lucky for you, you have IMT Business Insurance. Learn more at imtins.com. Be worry-free with IMT.
Advanced Sunflower is your locally owned and operated sunflower processing company that buys all types of sunflowers for the edible and bird food industries. They market sunflowers domestically and internationally, so they have a wide range of options to get you the best price for your sunflowers. Most advanced sunflower contracts have an Act of God clause, so you don't have to worry if Mother Nature takes a toll on your crop. Give Jared or Danny a call to get you the most profit out of your sunflowers.
A credit card that fits your lifestyle and saves you money. Why would you settle for anything less? A Dakota Land Federal Credit Union Visa will earn travel rewards, 1% cash back, and 9.90% annual percentage rate, the right rate. And all the right features puts you right where you want to be. Stop by any convenient branch location or check us out online at DakotaLandFCU.com. Dakota Land, federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. This half inning brought to you by B&S Service, specializing in automotive repair, including oil changes, tire rotations, and more. B&S Service also works on semi-repair. They're a proud supporter of the Washington Springs Owls in the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament.
2-3-4 due up for Dimock-Emery, Nash, Schmidt, and Johnson. Final numbers on Landon Waddell. In 6 2/3 innings pitched, he gave up 7 runs, he gave up 4 runs, one of which was earned, allowed 7 hits, walked 4, and struck out 2.
And the first pitch is going to be swung on and fouled by Peyton Nash.
The Platte bullpen is active here in the bottom of the 7th. I don't know who's in it.
I see.
Oh, it's a Legion guy. It's Caden Overbrockling.
An 0-2 now to Peyton Nash, and the Tomatoes have a 4-run lead here. The pitch from Biting Boss. Nash gets a hold of that one, but it dies off real quickly, and it goes right into the glove of Jeff Harris out in right field for a P9. P9 is the official score on that one. Here is the warm-up pitches being thrown possibly from Caden Oberbrockling. Also Dawson Hoffman in there for the KTs.
Overbrockling, a big lefty from the Legion team, wearing the...
Ty Negebauer out there as well. So a whole slew of young players. One down here. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Biting Boss, his pitch going to be close but outside for ball number 2. Jeff Schmidt probably not the worst guy to walk if you had to walk a guy.
No.
Or Jason Schmidt, excuse me. I think he said Jeff.
Yeah, Jason.
And that one going to be high. And Biting Boss, obviously you can see it on his face, frustrated about that one, and the throw from Hewitt thrown around a little bit.
It's another 4-pitch walk, or 1 pitch away from another 4-pitch walk, I should say, for Biting Boss. It would be his...
Just about hits Schmidt, and he'll walk to first base. Phil Johnson up now. And just a part of the Raptors order that has gotten on base, but has not been able to capitalize. They have 5 hits on the day due the Raptors, just have not been able to string any together with men in scoring position that have been able to reach and score runs.
Phil Johnson is 1 for 3. He's got a double, a line out, and a strikeout. First pitch. It's a good one.
Zone moves up a little bit for Johnson for strike number 1.
He said something to the umpire, I think. Maybe it was to the catcher. He took a little bit of time to get back in the batter's box.
Phil's pitch is going to be called for strike 2.
And he didn't like that one.
Well, there's 2 things that can happen here. Phil connects and goes a long ways with it, or he swings and misses.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2 to Phil Johnson. 1 down. And he makes contact, but it's going to be put in foul territory. Sheldon Gant coming on, and he makes the play for out number 2. In foul territory. And now Sam Pischke steps up for the Raptors. And again, Jason Schmidt standing on first base, got on a 4-pitch walk, and all of a sudden, Biting Boss dials back in and is going to I'm going to throw a pretty good at bat to Phil Johnson and see what he can do here with Sam Pischke. The 0-2 going to be high and outside, ball one. The 1-0, they try to send one over towards Jason Schmidt. Mason Townsend doesn't even try to apply a tag.
Our camera crew and Caleb Titsey just missed the pickoff. He had a good angle of first base and switched right before the attempt.
That one in there for a called strike.
Switched back to our home plate view from center field.
The 1-1. Biting Boss, his pitch is going to be sent out center field towards Seth Moose. Seth makes the play and ends the inning. So we've played 7 complete here at Cadwell Park. The winner goes on to the State B Championship tomorrow at about 2:30 o'clock here. And 7 frames complete. And the Tomatoes are putting some really good ball together. We're going to step aside and come back. The Tomatoes lead the Raptors 4-0. We'll be back on Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Burke Livestock Auction is a family-owned livestock marketing center in Burke, South Dakota. We are located in south central part of the state. Cattle sales are held weekly on Saturdays, with approximately 65,000 of south central South Dakota and north central Nebraska's finest feeder and breeding cattle marketed annually. Mark your calendar for our September 21st fall calf and yearling sale. Sale starts at 9:30 with lunch to start at 11. Burke Livestock is a proud supporter of state amateur baseball.
When it comes to sports bars,
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. It's top of the 8th inning. This half inning brought to you by Cohen's Corner. There's plenty of history and plenty of gas pumps and munchies for travelers at Cohen's Corner, but the store now carries an inventory of approximately 2,500 firearms plus table, chair, and trailer rentals. That's Cohen's Corner, a huge sponsor of the Castlewood Ravens and the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Justin.
It is Harris, Sternberg, and Byton Boss due up for the KTs. They are. I'll do some counting here.
That one
2 for
grounded
7
to Drew Kitchens at short, who gathers it. This throw is the appropriate height for Landon Waddell and goes right to his glove for out number 1.
Make that 2 for 8 now through 3 times in the order. They've got 2 singles, a walk between the 3 of them. Sternberg's 0 for 3, 2 groundouts, and a looking strikeout.
Richard Sternberg checks his swing. Actually, he just went. He went for sure for strike number 1. Johnson's second pitch in the dirt, but did he go? He did not, according to our first base umpire. 1-1 now. 1 down. No men on. Johnson's delivery is inside. Thought that might have been near the wrist and inside, but Sternberg gets the second strike of his at-bat called. 1-2 now. Johnson. That one in the dirt. Phil Johnson throws that one. It's not going to connect. It was close, but not quite.
Breaking ball with some movement to it just broke out of the zone.
Phil Johnson gets that one and fouls off, does Richard Sternberg, so we'll do it again. This will be the 6th pitch of this at-bat. On the full count. And a swing and a miss as Johnson gets a strikeout. So 2 down now. And for Platte. Michael Beitenboss will step back up to the plate.
He's had a good day, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a fielder's choice. He's also scored.
2 of the premier pitchers in the Sunshine League and in the state in general. Going at it right here. Swung on. It's going to be an interesting area, and the play is going to be made. Peyton Nash makes it look easy as he charges up and grabs that one. So that ends the inning. We're going to head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Raptors have 2 more frames to try to get some runs put together. We'll see what they can do. We'll be back right after this on Live Ticket TV.
Sports Center in Larchwood, Iowa has put themselves above the rest. They open bright and early, 7 a.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. on weekends, so you can start your day off right with them. And speaking of starting your day off right, they have daily food specials that will have your taste buds jumping for joy. The best flatbread pizza in the area, top-notch burgers, and don't worry, they have the best salads as well. The Sports Center in Larchwood. If you haven't tried it yet, put it down as your next destination.
Say there was a place, the perfect place for the everyday things you need to take care of around the house. The squeaky hinges and burned out bulbs. The toilets that run and faucets that don't. That perfect place wouldn't be a warehouse. It'd be just the right size. It would be an Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. Michael Beitenboss will stay on the mound for the Platte Killer Tomatoes in this half inning, brought to you by Trio Telecommunications. With over 900 miles of fiber optic cable traveling throughout their service area communities, they provide fast internet speeds, elite television packages, and as always, reliable telephone service. That's Trio Telecommunications, sponsor of the teams from Salem, Dimock-Emery, and Alexandria in the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, Justin.
Plagman, Enquist, and Waddell due up in the bottom of the 8th. Waddell obviously came in and was on the mound, and then he came in for Gene Kitchens, the designated hitter. That's a pinch runner in the bottom of the 6th, so he'll get to see his first at-bat.
Not sure if our camera crew can get a shot of our crowd, but our crowd is hopping, and there's a lot of talking going on over there, to say the least.
Yeah, there is. Our crowd is really filled in as the fans get ready for the next game of the evening, which will be between Del Rapids PBR and Garrettson.
There's a good shot. It's filling up here. Even more folks coming in. A lot of folks standing on the baselines as well in the tent area, beer tent areas, and in front of the concession stand down the first base line. 1-0 count. Delivers is low. Colton Plagman.
Plagman 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts and a walk.
Again, a whole slew of folks were in the bullpen, but now standing outside of the bullpen for the Killer Tomatoes, a 2-1 count. The pitch from Beitenboss is going to be swung on, might be trouble, and the play is going to be made, actually. Jeff Harris, again, that one just did not die off. It's stuck up there. Harris gets under it, makes the play. Harris has made a lot of plays for the Killer Tomatoes today.
Yeah, as he's been ranging and getting gloves to fly balls. I don't think he's let much of anything drop out in right field.
We're actually going to see a pinch hitter following
Enquist.
It will be, it's going to be Doug Sudbeck, who's going to come in and bat in the spot of Gene Kitchens.
Be taking the place of Lynn and Waddell. So Waddell's day will be done on the mound. Oh, excuse me, it already is. It'll be done on the field.
And the 1-1 going to be swung on right over to Grant Doom. And he takes a few steps and gathers it for out number 2. And things are starting to look even more interesting, more hairy for the Raptors. They got only a few out to get these things done. 4 left for sure. We'll see. Doug Sudbeck steps up. It takes the spot of Gene Kitchens, who actually spot came from Landon Waddell.
Yep.
So most recently came from Landon Waddell, rather. But Sudbeck, Dougie Barrows, doesn't want to go out on a low note for the Raptors.
Yeah. Sudbeck started a 2-out rally last Sunday night against Castlewood, which they ended up winning. Dimock-Emery ended up winning. 5 runs scored with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. They walked it off.
And Sudbeck gets a bat on that one. It's going to be caught by Doom for out number 3. So we're going to head into the 9th. The Raptors still scoreless. The Tomatoes going to try to add some insurance runs. Your score 4-0. The Platte Killer Tomatoes lead the Raptors. We'll be back right after this for the 9th inning on Live Ticket TV.
What started out to be a small community celebration has grown into an attraction that draws literally thousands of people each year. Mark your calendars for June 19th, 20th, and 21st, 2025 for the 75th Annual Tabor Check Days in Tabor, South Dakota. Check food, check music, and check hospitality await you in Tabor. Check Days is sponsored by the Tabor Chamber of Commerce and proudly supports the Tabor Bluebirds and Bonhomme High School athletics.
Sun Gold Sports is proud to call Mitchell and Huron home. With over 50 years of experience, we are here for all of your printing needs. Whether it's for your business, school, or personal, we are your one-stop custom shop. Screen printing, embroidery, vinyl, banners, trophies, awards, and so much more. Give Steph a call at 605-770-6829. Sun Gold Sports of Huron and Mitchell. We print t-shirts.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park, and we have a change. I don't know. I think it might be Smart over at first. I don't know if our camera crew can get who's over at first. But we do have a change. There's a change at first. 23.
Sawyer Schultz.
Sawyer Schultz steps in.
Schultz.
Seth Muth is up to bat for the Killer Tomatoes in his powder blue Devil Ray jersey. And Seth leading off for the Killer Tomatoes. Gets a bat on that one. It's going to go right over the head of Sam Pischke at second base. And Muth gets on with a hit. Sandy from Mitchell walks away with $562.50, according to Joe Van Gore, the public address announcer. Well, Muth is on. Sheldon Gant looks at that one for a ball on his first pitch. Set bat.
Gant 1 for 3, single and a walk. He's also scored.
And they got Muth in a pickle.
Caught him leaning.
Are they going to get him? And they got Muth closer to second base than I think the Raptors would have liked, but they got him nonetheless. And a free out, really, for the Raptors, getting the leadoff man to go down.
So since this is kind of a scorekeeper's thing, since the out was made while Muth was advancing towards second, it's considered a caught stealing in the book. Fun fact for anybody out there.
I can give Seth a hard time because I'm his cousin, but Seth, what the heck were you doing?
He was leaning.
Yeah. You can't do that on Phil. 1-1. That one going to be in for strike number 2, and Phil found his spot, but the question is did he find his time on the mound too late for the Raptors, and swing and a miss, and Phil puts Sheldon Gant right down.
2 outs quickly in the top of the 9th.
Mason Townsend steps in for the KTs. Again, winner of this one moves on to the championship game tomorrow here at Cadwell. That one's supposed to take place at 2, I would guess, closer to 3 o'clock. But tune in for that one. Should be a fantastic championship game. We're going to have a new champion no matter what.
Townsend is 1 for 3, a single and an intentional walk. He scored on a wild pitch in the bottom of the 7th.
That one in there for a strike near Townsend. I think he was pretty upset about that one. He turned back and had a word with Marcato. And that one high for ball number 2. 2-1. What's it going to be here on the 2-1? Johnson delivers. It's going to be skied up in the area of Sawyer Schultz. And he makes the play for out number 3. The Raptors have some work to do. They have to put up 4 to send it into extras or 5 to walk it off. What will we see? The winner of this one moves to tomorrow in the championship game in the 2024 South Dakota State B Amateur Baseball Tournament. We'll be back right after this. You're watching, listening live on Live Ticket TV.
Say there was a place, the perfect place for the everyday things you need to take care of around the house. The squeaky hinges and burned out bulbs. The toilets that run and faucets that don't. That perfect place wouldn't be a warehouse. It'd be just the right size. It would be an Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Prairie Valley Farm Charolais is located in Platte. Since 1980, David has worked with his father, family, and hired men to provide bulls with the best health, management, selection, and genetics to produce a quality product to meet the customer's needs. Mark your calendar for their annual bull sale on the second Saturday of April. Check out their website at pvfcharolais.com or give David Mason a call for more information. Prairie Valley Farm Charolais is a proud supporter of all Black Panther school activities. Remember, U.S. beef, it's what's for dinner.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th inning, and this is pretty cool right here. Our half-inning sponsor is Dimock Cheese. They're pulling for their guys here in the bottom of the 9th. Dimock Cheese is proud to carry a wonderful selection of homemade artisanal cheeses. Feel free to browse their selection of cheese give boxes, cheese trays, and more on their website. That's Dimock Cheese, a proud sponsor of the Dimock-Emery Raptors and the 2024 South Dakota State B Amateur Baseball Tournament. Justin, here we go.
Yep, due up here in the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Dimock-Emery Raptors. It is Aaron, Kitchens, and Nash, 9-1-2.
Big spot here. We've had a few wild finishes in this tournament. Will we see another? The first pitch going to be in there for a strike. The crowd is clearly already into this one. And Chase Aaron looks at that one for strike 1. Biting Boss on the second pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss. Stakes are huge.
Stakes are, and the Platte fans can feel it.
Look at the crowd down the lines. It's a packed house today to see who's going to make it to tomorrow. That one fouled off into the net for an 0-2 count. Still remains. The atmosphere here at the stadium, second to none in Mitchell. It's awesome to see on this fine Saturday, and that one going to be outside for ball number 1 to Chase Aaron, the left fielder for the Raptors. Biting Boss. Pitch swung on, fouled back again. So we'll do it again here at 1-2. Chase Aaron looking to stay alive. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat to Chase. He calls time. An awful long time to stand in there and really focus. So a good call there from Aaron Biting Boss. By the way, thrown 117 pitches, which is honestly not too bad.
Yeah. Here through 8 complete. Back out for the 9th inning of work.
Biting Boss, his pitch going to be head high near Chase Aaron. 2-2.
Aaron giving a good fight to lead off the 9th. The only thing you can win with is base runners.
And that one going to be swung on out to Jeff Harris, who makes the grab in right field for out number 1. Here comes the top of the order for the Raptors, Drew Kitchens. If they're going to get anything done, it has to be right here with the top of the order. Drew Kitchens has to get on and redeem himself for his errant throw earlier, but he relieved himself later of that. But he's had a pretty interesting day at short. Let's see what he can do here up at the plate to make things happen for the Raptors.
Kitchens 0 for 4. He's grounded out twice and flew out twice. Looking for his first hit and his 5th at bat.
Biting Boss pitch going to be in there for strike number 1. Both teams have committed an error in this contest. Very clean work so far from both of these squads. Biting Boss on the 1-1. Swung on, and that one's going to get down for a base hit. And Muth charges up and flips it in, but Drew Kitchens gets his first hit of the ball game here in the bottom of the 9th, and the Raptors have a little bit of life.
And they do. Kitchens, good solid swing and a line drive for his first hit of the ball game.
Peyton Nash will step up now for the Raptors, and they have to get some guys around. I wouldn't expect Kitchens to take a very big lead over there. Biting Boss, his first pitch going to be high. The 1-0 now to Peyton Nash. Again, Nash 1 for 4. High again. Big spot here. Both of these teams going to lay it all out there. That one going to fall in for a strike. The 2-1. Nash watches that one. It's going to be high and outside. It was real close for ball 3. Nash looks at that one and sends it right to Kuiper. Hayden Kuiper gets the lead runner, and Kitchens slides into Sternberg. But they'll get the lead runner, and Kitchens gets cut down. Nash will stand up at first, and now we will see Jason Schmidt step up to the plate. Jason has had a pretty nice day. He started off with that really, really nice triple that went over the head of Seth Muth, and he steps up now. I believe he is, what is he? 2?
He's 1 for 2.
1 for 2, yeah.
Triple and 2 walks.
That one going to be swung, and that'll be the game. Richard Sternberg ends things for the Killer Tomatoes, and the Platte Killer Tomatoes are heading to the Class B state championship game. Justin, that was a treat of a game.
Yep, it was. What a game by pitched by Michael Biting Boss. And really, we're going to go back and we're going to look at this game and we're going to think that Dimock-Emery had all the chances in the world to scratch runs across, but just couldn't find the big one. They had runners in scoring position. I'll go back and I'll see how many men they left on base. It's going to be a big number. But in the end, the pitching of Michael Biting Boss just kept Dimock-Emery in check and allowed his offense to go out there and win the game.
What a ball game put together by the Platte Killer Tomatoes. They're heading to the state championship game for the first time in the club's history with a 4-0 win over their counterpart in the Sunshine League, the Dimock-Emery Raptors. You got to give props to both of these teams because both of these teams had to go through the gauntlet to get to where they are today. It's unfortunate one of them had to go home, but the Platte Killer Tomatoes going to be the team to win this one. They're going to be tomorrow the away team on the scoreboard at the 2 p.m., actually 3 p.m. slot. here at Cadwell Park. We'll have final game totals in just a moment. I do want to give props to all of the pitchers in this one. There was 3 of them. Michael Beitenboss obviously taking the win. He pitched the complete game. Landon Waddell taking the loss, but Phil Johnson coming in for relief. Trying to slam the door, and did slam the door in the final few frames. So that's how it all ends. We're going to have a presentation here presentation here between games of some pretty cool stuff. We will talk about that in our next game as we'll kind of recap what is said here by our public address announcer, Joe Van Gore. Justin is tallying our final numbers, and let's talk about our next game in that time, and we'll flip it over to Justin for final tallies. Our next game will feature Garrettson and Del Rapids PBR. That game scheduled to start at 7:30. I'm guessing it won't start closer to 8:10 is my guess for approximate first pitch. But PBR comes in as the away team on the scoreboard. Garrettson will come in as the home team. And these two teams coming in from the eastern side of the state to try to take this thing and face the Platte Killer Tomatoes in the state championship game tomorrow afternoon here at Cadwell Park. Justin, do you got final game totals?
I do. We'll first go through the line score for the victorious Platte Killer Tomatoes. They scored 4 runs on 8 hits, committed 1 error and left 6 men on base. In the losing effort for the Dimock-Emery Raptors, they scored no runs on 6 hits, committed 1 error, and left 12 men on base. The winning pitcher is obviously going to be Michael Beitenboss. He threw a complete game shutout, allowed 6 hits, no runs, walked 4, and struck out 4. The losing pitcher will be Landon Waddell. 6 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 runs, one of which was earned, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Phil Johnson in relief through 2 1/3 innings pitched. He gave up 1 hit, no runs, walked 1, and struck out 2. That's all I got in that regard. Have anything else for us?
Yeah, to pitch a complete game and throw a shutout out there is very impressive. Michael Beitenboss is a real dude out there and threw a nice game. It was fun to watch. You know, coming into this season, there's a lot of people speculating about how strong the Corn Belt and Sunshine Leagues are. And I don't think many folks had the Raptors and the Killer Tomatoes in their semifinals, and let alone the Platte Killer Tomatoes in their championship game. You know, the funniest thing is there was a person, I'm not going to name him, but there was a person that told me that Platte, after their first game this year, their first regular season Sunshine League game, I had a person say, Platte's making the championship game this year.
Yeah, well,
so some people have called it. We'll see what the brackets look like on our 605 Sports Bracket Challenge. They got to be interesting for sure, Justin.
Yeah, definitely. Platte, what's Platte? They are... Oh, it's not going to tell me in here.
In here, it should.
What their representative number is.
Oh, no, I don't know.
They're 8-6 out of the Sunshine.
They lost in the championship game in the Sunshine League.
So that would make them 2.
Yeah,
that's not a bad season out of the Sunshine. A very competitive league. Being above 500 is could definitely be proud of that.
And you got to give a shout out to Dimock-Emery for getting here as the final rep in the Sunshine League. But always, it comes down to pitching. It really did. And Landon Waddell, unfortunately, takes the loss in this one. But on the other side, what a game from Beitenboss and his defense behind him.
Yeah, I was just going to say 128 pitches from Beitenboss, 77 of which were strikes.
It's a pretty good clip. You want to do that math real quick?
Yeah, that is 60% in the strike zone. Not a bad day. I don't keep track of first pitch strike totals. They're gonna be pretty high. He did face 39 batters in his shutout victory.
Well, there it is, Justin.
Yep.
What a game! Your final score for one more time: the Platte Killer Tomatoes 4, the Dimock-Emery Raptors 0. We are going to take a break and switch streams. We're going to take shop and get ready for our final semifinal Saturday game, the Garrettson Blue Jays and Del Rapids PBR. But until then, change streams and you'll find us here again. We'll be back in about 25 minutes. For Justin Hausman, Haley Gukeisen, Caleb Titze, Cole Larsch, I'm Charlie Preen. Thank you for watching, and the Platte Killer Tomatoes are advancing on to Championship Sunday.